Once I develop a crush, virtually no one else stands a chance ever.
Have a huge butt and a tiny waist.
I have like a perfect, cute, like button nose.
Low-key have always had an hourglass build since I was a child.
Let's talk about the upsurge of pick-me's on TikTok lately. Now I know it's a free country, everyone's entitled to their opinions, yada yada, but conversely, other people are also entitled to calling your shit out. What it feels like to be a conventionally attractive lesbian, with the lyrics of the song playing in the background going, "They stare at me while I crave you." Now this video of hers has been getting a lot of attention on TikTok, and even on Reddit for whatever reason, with people calling her out.
If you have an unprecedented ego, I think it's very fair for people to make fun of you. When I first saw that conventionally attractive lesbian girl, I was like, okay, this has to be a joke, right? Like this has to be a reference to something. But it wasn't. It was an original video, and I just sighed. It's okay to feel confident. It's okay to feel pretty. And I'm sure by someone's metric, you are pretty. That being said, when you use the word conventional and speaking for a general population, no you're not, bro.
This whole conventionally attractive thing became a trend with people mocking her for being a pick-me. And then she came out with this video on YouTube, which I thought would be fun to have a look at and discuss.
The amount of people that say Shrek, to me, that feels just like racially motivated and inaccurate. You just see, I notice they say this a lot with Vanilla Mace too, and I'm 135 pounds, 5'4", so like if it's a fat joke, that doesn't even land or make sense. So it just feels racially motivated to me, and they say that to any racially ambiguous woman with brown eyes and a long nose, I've noticed.
Now obviously, I don't condone harassing someone on the internet for any reason, but how is calling someone Shrek racially motivated? Like, Shrek is a green ogre, so maybe they're just calling you ugly, which again, they shouldn't be doing. But how is that racially motivated?
I could definitely see people perceiving me to be an internet narcissist. I mean, look at me explaining myself to you. I will be the first to tell you that I have narcissistic tendencies, absolutely. But just me admitting that alone disqualifies me from being an entire narcissist. You could definitely sense there's a personality disorder.
Just because you agree to having narcissistic traits doesn't mean anything, I say. If anything, she sounds proud of having those tendencies. I don't think she's getting all the hate because she's ugly or anything. There's just something soul-suckingly cringe about saying you're universally attractive, like everybody wants you and you're the center of the universe. It just comes off as delusional and egotistical, and that's why there are so many people calling it out.
Beautiful princess disorder, but apparently not, right? And it feels almost like a political campaign, and my autistic stare was the collateral of that. So
political campaign? And what, your autistic stare? She's brought up race, she's brought up her autism into this. But dude, no one is attacking her for any of those reasons, I promise you. She'd be getting the same hate regardless of her race, gender, neurodivergency, or whatever. She's getting the hate because she came off narcissistic as fuck. And I think she understands that too, because she herself admitted to being a narcissist.
my cringe post was like a perfect storm for people to just project whatever they were thinking and going through about trans people, about lesbians or queer people, about biracial people. Like literally, I'm kind of like a walking dialectic.
What does that have to do with trans people?
It's just really easy for people to project a lot of nasty things onto me. Not to say that like it's more difficult for somebody else, but when you exist in between the binary of things, it doesn't make your identity easy to process for people, and they get really upset about that. If you are gonna make fun of this, just like be lighthearted. I think the people just like going out of their way to make me feel like my life isn't valuable and I shouldn't value it, I'm very concerned for you and your mental well-being.
I absolutely agree with her on that. The reality is, the internet is not a forgiving place, and since there's mostly no consequences to anything you say on the internet, people can be really cruel. At the same time, this video was honestly even weirder than her original video. She pretty much just called all the people criticizing her racists and homophobic, when really it was just people cringing at her video and calling her out for thinking she's a Greek goddess who everyone in the world is craving to be with. So there's this trend on TikTok where people share the things that they think other people are jealous of them for, and very quickly it turned into a cult of just pick-me's, kissing their own asses to oblivion.
I'm gonna do what I think people would be jealous of me having. I've never been in a single situationship. Every single guy I've ever talked to has always wanted to date me long term.
I barely sweat. I barely sweat. Like, I don't really sweat through shirts or anything.
Girl, let me tell you, you're supposed to sweat. If you don't sweat, your body can't cool down. That's not a flex. That just means you're gonna be the first to collapse during a long hike with your friends during summer.
My period, no cramps, only lasts 5 days.
Low-key have always had an hourglass build since I was a child.
Since she was a child? That's a weird thing to say, even about yourself.
I don't smell, like ever. I have that one gene where I do not stink, ever.
Yeah, she doesn't sweat, she doesn't stink, she doesn't even go to the toilet, guys. Did y'all know? Her body just absorbs 100% of whatever she's having. She's pretty much not even human.
These are things that I think people would be jealous that I have. I can finish from penetration only, front door, and back.
Bro, I don't want to know these things. Some things you should just keep private, you know? Unless you're straight up lying, then I don't know.
I'm half Asian, so I have like a perfect, cute, like button nose. I also tan really easily. My vagina literally looks like a stars, like any really cute shape, color, like it's pretty cute.
Guys understand. She knew this video could blow up and end up on her family's or friends' FYP, but she hit the upload button regardless, and now her brother knows what his sister's vagina looks like.
Whenever I gain weight in my boobs and my butt and my thighs before anything else.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, that's something any girl would be jealous of. Those are the only two places where you do want a little extra fat, but I don't know if she's lying or not. What do you guys think?
I naturally don't really stink. Like my sweat doesn't like smell that bad. I don't know. Like I feel like it's just like dieting. I don't know. I also don't sweat a lot. Like I don't sweat through shirts or anything like that.
There seems to be a pattern here. I don't know when not sweating became the ultimate flex. Why does everyone keep bringing it up? Yeah, your body's less efficient than others at cooling itself. I get it.
Things I think people would be jealous of me for having. I have a huge butt and a tiny waist naturally. My measurements are 41-inch hips and 27 waist. I'm 30 and don't have a single wrinkle. I never get ingrown hairs down there.
Thank you so much for that fun fact, madam, but I don't think this information will ever come in handy. I pray to God it never does. My friend wanted to record a video of me, but ended up recording a guy falling in love with her in real time. Dude, you're standing on the street with a big-ass camera pointed at the incoming traffic. Maybe they're looking at you because they're curious about who's recording them and not starstruck from your irresistible beauty. As hard to watch as that was, it still doesn't come close to the tug-of-war guy clip. This is like the final boss of Pick-me's, but maybe some of the other clips will top this. Let's see, can we think of another way to make babies? I don't want to do that. Literally exists, dude. It's called IVF, unless you're talking about just not climaxing in general, in which case you're probably lying. Now I want to talk about the creepiest pick-me thus far. There's a guy, Tyler Catastrophe, who recently went viral for openly admitting to having a crush on Wilbur Soot, who is a Minecraft YouTuber and a musician. However, the reason why everybody was concerned about him is because it wasn't just like, oh, I have this innocent little celebrity crush. No, he was talking about feeling butterflies and being unable to be interested in other people, other than his crush. He even said something about saving up to move to England, which is where his crush Wilbur lives. So naturally, a lot of people, including Wilbur, the person he had a crush on, were concerned about this whole situation.
I have had a crush on Will Gold since 2019 when I heard him laugh in the background of someone else's video and it felt like life itself leaned in to listen. Which is really inconvenient for me because I am very much a one soul at a time kind of person. So once I develop a crush, virtually no one else stands a chance ever.
Please do not develop a crush on me because I really don't have enough savings to start a life in a different country with a different name just yet.
Regardless of how many people have tried and been interested in me, I have not been able to find the interest for any single one of them. I have a crush on a guy I have interacted with once.
He really likes to post videos about his trans identity and how he's so handsome and successful. Maybe it's because you're ugly. Ugly? You've got to be kidding me. Reminding myself who the fuck I am, wearing a piece called The Tempest while a midnight storm rages outside. I can feel his aura through my screen. I can barely take it any longer. Me? Obsessed with me? Yes.
Wonder why I'm saying I'm gorgeous and talented and successful and awesome. What more do you want?
You see, you're also an obsessive creep who said he was saving up to move to his crush's country, who you've met once. So maybe that has got something to do with why you're single.
In college, random people used to come up to me on the street and tell me that the way that I looked is how they pictured Jolene from the Dolly Parton song Jolene. And before you call let me just tell you, this is what I looked like in college. That hair went down to my thighs. I used to wear like 5 to 6 inch heels every day. Also, not for nothing, the wing on that eyeliner is not the filter. Fun fact.
And then people were making fun of him by drawing Jolene. Marriage is scary because what if he doesn't like Monster or say Redacted or gay? And what if he doesn't like shooting guns, have dark humor, want a GTA car garage or gamble? Oh, I'm not like the other girls. I'm basically one of the boys. Check out how much I spam the word retard and gay. And ooh, also, I like cars and guns. Oldest pick-me trick in the book. We've all met girls like this, and when you talk to them, you realize she can't even name one sports car, and the only video game she knows about is Fortnite.
A woman's prime is young. It just is. We've talked about this on the show. I would put it at like 23, right? Because of fertility, because of looks, because of a whole bunch of components, hormone, like a lot of stuff going on. time to be able to have multiple kids if you want to do that. So I think there's a lot of inner resentment and unhappiness that women face about that. And when they hear stories about how male prime is later, I think there's a lot of jealousy and resentment that goes into that. And this desire to kind of like just dismantle that reality because a guy's prime is not at 23.
Okay, we've heard this about 1,000,000 times from this guy and this guy. The problem is you're talking about prime in terms of only looks and dating outcomes. Yeah, men prefer younger women because of fertility and beauty, but that's just one aspect. What about their prime happiness, or emotional maturity, or their prime financially? Not everyone is craving a relationship, and reducing a woman's prime to just her dating outcomes or beauty is kinda weird. And also, I know plenty of women who are in their 30s looking better than they ever have.
I don't like that recently it's been more and more common to disguise egotistical behavior and narcissistic behavior as self-love and confidence. I'm noticing that it's becoming a lot more prominent in girls, especially with trends like things you would be jealous of me for. And it's like, you don't have to put other girls down and tell them that I have this and you don't. You don't have to act that way. You can just be like, oh, this is what I love about myself, and I'm so grateful for this about myself, and I love this about what I have.
Yes, absolutely agree with her. They pretend it's about being confident and empowerment or whatever, but really they're just farming attention. Notice how they're all flexing about their looks, their body, their sexual appeal, and how odorless they are. That comes off as a bit narcissistic, honestly. Talking about their privates and stuff, like maybe keep some of that information between just you and your partner, instead of announcing it on the internet, where all your friends and family can see it, just for a few likes. It's so cringy. But that's it for today. Let me know what you think about the pick-me's on TikTok. I'll see you all very soon.